Hi, this is just a very quick overview of my Canon TP8 Pocket Printer calculator. This was first introduced in 1982, and yet it still prints. Just managed to get it working again. It's a bit temperamental. I find the switch is what lets it down, which is the case of many calculators of this era. The switches seem to go and you just have to sort of tap them a bit, sometimes wiggle them. You can take them apart and clean up the contacts, but I haven't gotten around to doing that yet. Came with the original carrying case, which it does fit over it very well, very snug. It's well made, but maybe not quite as thick as some of the other calculators in my collection, like the Litronics case is a bit thicker. There's some of those as well. Can't get to them at the moment though. Anyway, I've also got a original box of thermal paper for it, made in Japan, all branded up for Canon USA. So it is the correct stuff for this device. As you can see, it comes in little rolls. It's actually kind of cute. This is very thin sort of thermal paper. It's very similar to what you see on like shopping receipts. The calculator has a like a blade across here, so once it's printed you can tear the receipt off. Probably cleaner than that if you're not completely incompetent like me. Then if we do have it in print mode, if you do a quick calculation, like for example the square root of pi, as you can see it prints it. Do a few more, just get a few lines on there. Interestingly, as you can see, the display actually pops up kind of slow. There's a bit of a delay to it. It's almost like it prints the answer before it shows you on the display. Interesting quirk. Look, and then we see the answer. Not sure what that is. 1. Okay. We pull that through. Tear that off. It's actually printed that quite well. When I first started it off, it was a bit faded on this side, but it sort of like cleared itself up. Perhaps that's how thermal paper just behaves. I'm not too sure. I do have the back cover as well. This is a very common thing to go missing on these old calculators. I think over the years they sort of like fall off in the bottom of people's drawers and stuff like that, get lost. You know the deal. Not sure what that button does. I think that's just for rounding. That's whether you want to print it or not. So you can actually use it in non-printer mode, which functions just as a calculator would. It's quite a nice device. It's got a little bit of weight to it, bit of a rattle with the battery cover, but aside from that it does feel quite high quality. It's pretty stiff. It's a nice clear window on the paper roll. You can actually see the little printer head there is driven by this screw, so I imagine there's probably a small motor under here somewhere. I think, yeah, the paper roll is just sat there. There's nothing fancy with that. It's just sat there. There must be some kind of feed in here as well, some kind of feed roller. It's all very simple stuff, which is of course why it's lasted so long, and it still works very well today, to be honest, for the age of it. Interestingly, as with most of my old calculators, also uses a mains option there, so you can plug it into the mains and use it that way. I don't actually have the plug for this one, unfortunately. Anyway, yeah, that's the Canon TP8. Does go in. Fits nicely, as I said. Little poke out bits, you can pull it out quick and easily. Very happy with this calculator. It is one of my favourites in the collection. A little bit of the info on the back if that interests you. Remember, always mix batteries. Don't do that. It's not correct.